So today we're going to look at a scenario where civilization starts over. Today we are on episode 91 of the series. And in the last episode we saw the Brazilian Civil War continue. And if you haven't seen the last episode, make sure to go watch it. Otherwise you won't know why I'm already on episode 91, and I just began my recordings on episode 89. Anyways, let's get into the episode. Last episode we left off with the invasion of the liberation of Ecuador and the invasion of California. That's where we're gonna begin. So the Californians, So the Californians are now suffering as they lose their capital and Mexico pushes up the coast. And then pretty much all of this country then begins falling. So pretty much all of this country falls, and this country then fully falls. Now they begin the invasion of California, and they do pretty good as California is now fighting a two-front war, and then they capture all of this area and then they push into California. And pretty much the entire country then begins to fall as they only have pretty much one major city left. And then with that, Mexico then captures it. Also, if you didn't hear what I said last video, you can answer the question if I should end this series at episode 120 or just 100. Because I'm on episode 91, only 9 episodes left, or if you want me to end at episode 120, I'll technically have 19 episodes left. And California falls, which then leaves the surrendering of all of this country and all of this country. Then America then gets split off in Florida. They begin their invasion into America. And then technically they're also invading into what they now just occupied. I can call it Louisiana since it's basically Louisiana. So they invade into Louisiana. Let's go over to Asia, where we see the Vietnamese Southeast Asian Union. The Southeast Asian Union then invading into China. And now the Taiwanese rebellion then picks up more land as they're invading China. They want to have a separated China, and this war might end in a couple episodes or maybe just 2, who knows. Then China then begins losing as they lose to this rebellion, and now they're losing to the Democratic Rebellion as they lose 3 major cities. Then the Bangladeshis then decide to do the same as they begin their invasion and do Chinese. That's way too similar, the colour. The Bangladeshis then begin their invasion into China. All of this area then rebels, and then this area, China surrenders. As China now is losing, then Korea then see this, but they don't enter the war. Then America needs to kick South Africa out the war in order to knock out Brazil. So they do just that, because South Africa is where all the supply routes go in order to supply Brazil and keep it staying alive. But now that's going over to this country, which South Africa is sending all name to, and they say that they have to give all the weapons to Brazil. They had to accept it as they do not want to be invaded by the massive South African military. Don't say little tip of fade, or you know what else is massive, because I know. And then 670,000, no, don't say 6-7 in the comments. Then encircle the capital of South Africa. I can't wait when season 2 begins. I can't wait to show you the trailer, because I'm going to be working on the trailer. And then the capital's encircled, and it's captured by American troops. And the series might end at World War VIII, with a nuclear bomb being dropped. I might separate the series' end cutscene and the beginning cutscene, because then they push up the coast and they lose their entire coast, capturing a major city, and then they push in, and then yeah, they capture the final major city, and South Africa surrenders. So yeah, South Africa is now out of the war, but let's go over to, let's turn on the alliance layer. Oh yeah, Australia is a part of it. Oh yeah, Sumatra. Sumatra's in a bad position right there, because India's just gonna invade Sumatra. Who went through a military coup. Sumatra went through a military coup, and then it went through a democratic coup, and then yeah, that happened. That happened when I wasn't recording during the early series, and I was also planning to add a regions map mode, but nah, because it would just be boring. It's just basically, it would just be provinces, but just bigger provinces. So yeah, and they capture all of the island of Sumatra, and I know, and then let's just bring this nation back. What? Anyways, now, and and Java and rebels away from Sumatra. Now that South Africa has fallen, the occupation area is now landed. This is just basically a militia. So then this is handed over to basically Guinea. This is handed over to Senegal, and the rest is just handed over to whatever this country is. And yeah, America's then losing, they then begin the, well, they're basically losing the war now, because now they just have lost technically all Michigan, if you're not counting the Upper Peninsula, but now you can say they've basically lost all of Michigan. And I'm already 10 minutes in, man. Man, that's crazy. I gotta do this before 15 minutes. And yeah, and then the final event of this video is now going to be with the rebellion of Ecuador. About this much of the country is going to rebel against America, including the capital. So we're gonna leave off here. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you liked it, you can subscribe and like. You don't really have to, I'm not forcing. And I hope you have a great day, and bye.